Killer instinct. Fight on. Jago. Saber. Glacier. Orchid. Coming soon! Final! Full core! Combo breaker! Counter breaker! You the zero! Jago.
Is a mysterious warrior monk from a remote region of Tibet and one of the main protagonists of the Killer Instinct series. Having been playable in every installment of the franchise to date, guided by the mysterious tiger spirit to seek his destiny, he has been led to the Killer Instinct tournament to destroy the evil within. He is the younger half-brother of Orchid. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today, I decided to bring back my little fighting game series where I talk about certain fighting game characters and we give you the history, the lore, their personalities, their abilities, their story, you name it, we bring it to you right here. And also I try to put things in my own words too instead of trying to read it off a script or something. So some of the stuff is like freestyle, like right now, freestyling it. But at the beginning, me reading off Jago's actual bio. I actually found on his Wikipedia page for Killer Instinct. I just read it off of that. So most of my information is going to come from the Wikipedia page and maybe some other sources of information, while also giving you guys my thoughts and opinion on said character. Because like I said at the beginning, or like I said in multiple videos, I grew up playing these fighting games. I'm a fighting game buff. I'm not great at them. I'm actually pretty ass at some fighting games, but I do love the lore and the characters they do put into fighting games. So I decided, why not talk about a fighting game series that does not get much love, like Mortal Kombat, Tekken, all those AAA fighting games. And that is Killer Instinct. And why not talk about one of their main protagonists, one of the guys I like to use a lot back in the day, and that is Jago himself.
Supreme victory!
In Killer Instinct 1994 and its sequel, Killer Instinct 2, Jago wears a torn blue bodysuit with a red sash and strap for the sheath of his sword, while also wearing blue gloves with red lines, also slightly torn, and black boots with red strings on them. He wears a blue headband and a facial mask to hide his identity, and his long hair falls over part of his face. His weapon of choice is a jagged katana that glows brightly during combos. Now, when 2013's version of Killer Instinct came out for the Xbox One, he got an overhaul when it came down to his look. Jago appears drastically changed, having done away with the old bodysuit, other clothing, and said to have fashioned his new look from the very temple he lives in. So, the temple that he's in when you play him in Killer Instinct 2013. He is now shirtless, exposing his interior tiger tattoo covering his left arm and upper torso, wears new arm guards and belt, a hat, a new sash, blue pants, tiger mouth shaped shin guards, and a new blue sandals. His outfit is very humble and ramshacked, being composed of the curtains, ropes, foot tiles, and centerpieces that make up his layer. Instead of a cloth mask, he now wears a plated mask that covers his entire head, except for his white swept hair. He has replaced his katana with a curved Tibetan machete and called a Kora. So a lot has changed from the 1994 to 2013. As you can see the difference between both. He doesn't have a katana no more. He has a machete. And to be honest, it looks like a fucking katana, to be completely honest with you. But I do like what they did with his character when they changed up everything for him. Now, things kind of go back and forth between how he is with his looks. Jago's retro costume mirrors his K1 and K2 appearance, but with additional tiger tattoo that he has from his default costume and sports clean-shaved, undercut hair. In Killer Instinct Dynamic Comics issue number 2, which marks the first time seeing Jago unmasked, appears casual clothes and grew facial hair along with his hair under, in which slightly grew after their fight with Gargos, which we will get to in another video.
Supreme victory!
Found abandoned as a baby at the Himalayan monastery and taken in by the monks of the Tiger, Jago showed great promise from the start, and under the tutelage of the ancient abbot, he has swiftly become one of the order's star pupils. During meditation, he is visited by a tiger spirit his order serves, which grants him great powers and chooses him to battle the sinister evil of Ultratech. At first, the power threatens to overwhelm Jago's sanity, but he soon masters it and becomes the finest warrior of the order has yet fathomed. The ever-present uncertainty as to his origins, however, still troubles him. So he does not know where he's from. That's just a given. We don't know. And hopefully in this rebooted series, if they do make a sequel, we do get to touch on that more. Maybe give us another brother of Jago or another sister. Now, his ending, Jago returns victorious to his shrine for communication with the tiger spirit. But by defeating the evil that exists at Ultratech, Jago is brought one step closer towards total enlightenment, granted new powers for his loyal service. Jago strives for self-improvement. He must now seek out a greater challenge and fulfill his destiny. So, not much to say on Jago when it came down to, the first installment to Killer Instinct. Doesn't know where he's from. Star pupil of his, monastery or his class of, warriors. Goes, defeats Ultratech, comes back, gets granted more powers from the quote-unquote tiger spirit, and we'll talk about that later, and just ready for the next battle is pretty much what I got out of that.
Supreme victory!
Now, when we jump into Killer Instinct 2, Man, when I tell you that every character has more than one ending, every character has more than one ending. Now, how it plays out is that you got, I guess, ending A, ending B, and ending C. When you do a playthrough with a certain character in arcade mode, they have rivals, and each fighting game has been doing this for many years now, where you have a rivalry battle before you fight the main villain, and that happens to happen in Killer Instinct 2. Jago has two rivals. He has Orchid and Fulgore, and whatever you do to either one of these characters depends on how the ending turns out. So if you kill Fulgore and let Orchid live, you get a special ending. If you kill Orchid and let Fulgore live, then you get a different ending. If you kill both of them, then you get a different ending. If you let both of them live, then you get another ending. And it's just wild how they do this. I'm like, damn, y'all really put some thought into this one. Like, you really don't see fighting games have endings like this anymore. They usually do have maybe one or two different endings, but four different endings depending on the character and how many rivals that person has. That is a lot. Now, in the background, as you see, these are all the endings for Jago for Killer Instinct 2, but we're going to talk about what he does in Killer Instinct 2 that leads up to this battle between Fulgore and Orchid. Now, Fulgore is technically Jago's rival in this game. Now, Orchid is also his rival as well, but come to find out, that is his long lost biological sister, which we will get into because Orchid is going to have her own video after Jago. Now, Jago, as we talked about in the first part of this video, is that, the tiger spirit. Well, throughout this game, we learned that the tiger spirit is really heavily influencing him in this game. Now, come to find out, it is Gargos under the disguise of the tiger spirit trying to persuade Jago to do certain things. And come to find out, he learns about that and he takes all his anger out on Gargos and kills Gargos. Now, as you see in the background, I'm not really going to explain the endings to you because you can read them as the video goes on, but pretty much different things happen in endings. And one of the endings that I do really fuck with is when he finds out that Orchid is his long lost sister. If you let Orchid live, she comes out and says, hey, I'm your sister. And they become a tag team duo, and they go try to take down Ultratech, which is, the main bad guys for Killer Instinct 1 and 2, and a little bit of the reboot. They also team up and kill Fulgore, so quote unquote kill Fulgore, because you can't really kill a cyborg like that. All you do is destroy it, and it just remakes itself and becomes something different. But that's pretty much how Killer Instinct 2 went down for Jago. Jago pretty much found out that his tiger spirit is not really the legit tiger spirit, and he's been worshiping a demonic spirit for the longest. Because Gargos was trying to use Jago to, persuade him over to the dark side. Not just that, pretty much control him. As you'll see in the 2013 reboot of Killer Instinct, it actually did. Well, I wouldn't say actually did control him. It was just a special character they added to Killer Instinct 2013, and now was Shadow Jago, which we are going to talk about in the 2013 version of the game. Now, 2013's version of Killer Instinct, nothing really changes about Jago. He's still the brother of Orchid. He's still hating Fulgore. He still has the tiger spirit. Gargos is still trying to pull them strings. But there is one more key character that's thrown in there that will get a video later on down the line, and that is Omen. Omen is pretty much one of the Gargos' henchmen, if you want to say, one of his lackeys, one of his ass clowns. So he actually gets Shadow Jago. He's the reason why Shadow Jago is a thing. And Shadow Jago is not really that much of a special character. He's just a character that the Double Helix decided to make. Like every other fighting game that has evil protagonists. Like, for instance, you got Ryu, we got Evil Ryu, you got Tekken, you got Devil Jin, you've got, I can't think of all the characters. You got Evil Superman from Injustice. So there's multiple I guess every protagonist in a fighting game has a dark side, and they wanted to bring that out in Jago. They didn't really flush it out or anything. They just said Omen is the reason why Shadow Jago is one of the characters that is part of this game. So there's not much to really say about Jago in 2013. Nothing really changes about his character besides him going against Ultratech, and Ultratech actually has a head figure and that is Arya. But I don't think really Arya and Jago really cross each other like that. And if he does, he just still wants to know who his father is. He wants to know more about his past, and that leads me into the rumors of another Killer Instinct game that's coming out. Now, there has been rumors that there is supposedly in the works another Killer Instinct game. I'm not really saying much about it. I think that there could be one. Hopefully there is one. I'm crossing my fingers on that, but other than that, I don't know much about it. But guys, I hope y'all like this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do like making videos like this. I'm glad that I'm back to making YouTube videos again. The move was stressful. The move was a pain in the ass, but hey, I did it. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm happy, whatnot. So more videos coming soon. Other than that, guys, I love y'all. Please take care of yourselves. Peace.